What's up, wrestling fans? Last night's Monday Night Raw delivered not only in-ring action but also some major backstage drama that has everyone talking. The latest reports are focused on none other than Roman Reigns, the man who has been one of the most dominant forces in WWE history, and his cousin Jey Uso, who has been carving out his own path in recent months. Sources say that following Roman's shocking return to Raw, cameras and insiders caught wind of an intense private meeting between the tribal chief and main event Jey Uso. While WWE often thrives on speculation and larger-than-life storylines, the details leaking out from this encounter suggest something far bigger than just another family conversation. Word is that Roman wasn't there to exchange pleasantries. Instead, he gave Jey Uso direct and chilling instructions: smash everybody without mercy. According to multiple accounts, Roman demanded that Jey stop holding back and embrace a ruthless mindset where no one on the Raw roster is safe from his wrath. If true, this could represent a major shift in WWE's power dynamic because Jey Uso has already been making waves with his fiery persona and unpredictable moves. With Roman now pushing him to become even more destructive, Raw's entire locker room may need to brace for chaos. This revelation raises some important questions. For starters, what exactly does Roman mean by smash everybody? If the tribal chief's past reign is any indication, he isn't talking about mere competitive spirit. He's talking about domination, humiliation, and leaving behind a trail of broken bodies and shattered egos. Roman built his reputation on being the head of the table, the man who carried the Universal Championship for years and demanded respect from everyone who crossed his path. Now it seems he is planting the seeds for Jey Uso to follow a similar, if not even more brutal, path. Considering Jey's natural charisma, his proven ability to deliver in high-stakes matches, and his growing confidence on the microphone, this new directive from Roman might push him into a whole new level of stardom, though one steeped in violence and aggression. The Raw roster is already buzzing with unease. Superstars who thought they only had to worry about Jey Uso as a competitive rival may now be facing an entirely different beast. Roman's presence has always meant danger, but now, with him seemingly operating from the shadows while Jey acts as the visible force of destruction, the stakes have skyrocketed. It feels less like Jey is acting independently and more like he's being guided, even manipulated by Roman, who might be orchestrating something much bigger than just family pride. Could this be the beginning of Roman rebuilding a new empire? We all remember the Bloodline saga that shook SmackDown for years, reshaping the brand and redefining faction dominance in WWE. That faction revolved around Roman as the centerpiece, with the Usos and Solo Sikoa at his side. But now things appear different. Roman, instead of making himself the sole focal point, might be pushing Jey to become the spearhead of destruction on Raw while Roman plays the role of mastermind behind the curtain. This strategy makes sense if you think about it. Roman has already proven his dominance. He doesn't need to remind anyone of his accolades or his title reigns. What he might want now is to expand his influence without having to get his own hands dirty. By unleashing Jey as his enforcer and attack dog, Roman could extend his control across Raw while remaining unpredictable and calculating. Jey becomes the visible threat, but the true puppet master pulling the strings remains Roman. This is a dangerous formula because while other superstars may think they're only fighting Jey Uso, the reality is they're battling Roman's willpower, cunning, and long-term strategy as well. And what about Jey himself? Fans have been following his journey for years, watching him evolve from one half of a beloved tag team into a singles competitor who has headlined main events and carved out a unique identity. Jey Uso has always had the fire, but now with Roman's latest influence, he might be tapping into a darker side. Imagine Jey adopting the same ruthlessness that defined Roman's most dominant years, only with his own twist. We could be witnessing the transformation of Jey Uso into one of Raw's most feared superstars, a man who doesn't just fight opponents, but destroys them completely to make a statement. This darker edge might be exactly what WWE needs to elevate Jey into the next tier of superstardom. Superstars backstage reportedly feel tense, and that atmosphere could bleed into on-screen storylines. Some wrestlers may try to band together to resist this new destructive force, while others might steer clear, knowing that crossing paths with Jay could mean career-threatening beatdowns. We've seen locker room politics play out countless times in WWE history, but with Roman's shadow hanging over Raw, everything feels more uncertain. Roman's ability to manipulate situations, combined with Jay's willingness to unleash chaos, could destabilize the brand in a way that forces every superstar to rethink their alliances and strategies. From a storytelling perspective, this development opens up endless possibilities. Imagine Jey Uso running roughshod over Raw, taking out fan favorites, villains, and even neutral competitors without discrimination. Each week, the roster would be forced to adapt to his unpredictability, and the commentary team would be left speculating about Roman's true intentions. Is Roman building toward another championship conquest, using Jey as the hammer to weaken potential rivals? Or is he simply proving that his influence stretches beyond SmackDown and across WWE as a whole? One thing's for sure, with Roman guiding him, Jey Uso is no longer just another player in the game. He could very well become the face of Raw's new era of destruction. Fans, of course, are buzzing with theories. Some believe this is the start of a long-term plan where Jey eventually takes over as the new tribal chief, surpassing Roman and creating a generational shift. Others suspect Roman will use Jey until he's no longer useful, at which point we may see family betrayal and another explosive feud. Either way, this storyline promises to keep fans glued to their screens week after week. WWE thrives on unpredictability, and nothing is more unpredictable right now than the alliance of Roman Reigns and Jey Uso operating from the shadows. Let's not forget that Roman's presence alone changes the game. His aura, his track record, and his psychological warfare make him one of the most intimidating figures in wrestling history. Pairing that with Jey's energy and hunger creates a volatile combination that could consume Raw entirely. It's a terrifying thought for the roster, but an exhilarating one for fans who crave drama, chaos, and shocking moments. The WWE Universe lives for these twists, and Roman's latest move guarantees that Monday nights won't be the same for a long time. Now comes the million-dollar question. Is anyone safe? With Roman whispering in Jey's ear and pushing him toward unrestrained violence, absolutely no superstar can relax. Whether you're a seasoned veteran, a rising star, or even someone barely scratching the main event scene, you're a potential target. Roman's command wasn't to pick fights strategically, it was to smash everybody. That means unpredictability at its highest level. Who will Jey strike next? Who will fall victim to this new wave of aggression? These are the burn.